Good morning, welcome to Bluegrass Trapping. Today I'm going to be showing y'all how I wax my traps. So I got a little kettle right there with some water in it on the fire, and I put water in that and I put another kettle inside of that, and that's where I melt my wax in. Because with the fire it's a little bit hard to control the heat. So if I put that bigger kettle and put water in it, and then put the other kettle inside of it, that way my wax won't get too hot and get scorched. And I picked up some extra wax. There's already about that much wax in the bottom of that container. Picked up some more this year at a convention here in Western Kentucky. What I got in there is clear wax, but I got some black odorless trap wax that I picked up, and I'm going to add about 4 bars to it. See, they're not very big. I think it's a pound per bar. And drop it in there and let it melt. And then I'm going to put my traps in there one at a time. I'll show you my traps right here. I just dyed them in a video. The last video, you can tell most of them are Duke 550 Pro series. They all turned out real nice and black. They look real good. There are there's about a half a dozen britchers in there. About a half a dozen britchers in there, and I think a couple Duke number 2s, regular coil spring. And there may be, I think there's like 1 Victor in there. But most of them Duke 550s. I really like the Duke 550s for predator trapping, especially coyote. My go-to trap for around here. The Duke 650 is about 1/8 of an inch too wide for the laws here in Kentucky. Chaw spread. They got a chaw spread law on it. Never used this black wax. I always use clear wax. I don't think it really matters. But I figured that's what they had down there, so I grabbed that at the convention. Show y'all what it looks like. It's melting real good. Well, there you have it. Once them bars melt, I'll be ready to start dipping my traps. Alright guys, so it's been a little bit. About when wax is all melted, I don't check temperature on it, see how hot it is. Like I say, I got it inside that water so it wouldn't scorch. And it's not at a boiling point, it's just all melted real good. What you want to do is drop the trap down in there. I drop chain and all down in there. And leave it in there until it reaches the same temperature as the wax. If you pull it out before it reaches the same temperature as the wax, you'll see like a white buildup on it. Wax buildup like on this wire right here. Because I stuck it in there and pulled it right back out. You don't want that. You want it like right down here at the end of this wire. The end of that wire is hot as the wax. It just looks like it's wet. That's all you want. Just a real thin layer of wax. And then hang them up, let them drain. And you might have, where the last drop drained off of them, it might be a little bit of build up there. If it is on some of them, just take your knife or whatever and just knock it off. I always check the night latches, the dogs, make sure there ain't no build up on them when I set them. And if there is, I'll take a knife and just scrape it out a little bit. But usually I don't have any issues, and I used to take care of that in the field as I'm setting them. And so yeah, this will be the last time that I'll touch the traps. Well, when I dyed them was the last time I touched the traps with my bare hands. After I wax them, touch them with gloves, and after I get them all hung up, let them drain off, I'll put them in a big tote, put top on it, and I'll use them out of there as I need them during trapping season. Most of the time I take that tote and I'll throw it in the back of the truck and just leave it there, and it'll be there all trapping season. Unless I have some reason I have to unload it. But So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just keep repeating the process over and over until you get them all done. And it shouldn't take long. This trap's been sitting in here now for however long I've been talking. It ain't been long. And you can see, I pull this trap out. This is a new trap. They took the dye real nice. New trap. And that's what you want right there. It just looks like it's wet. That wax will drip off. Real nice thin coat of wax. Always keep in mind when you're messing with wax and fire, whether it's fire or propane, wax is flammable. Be careful because it can catch on fire. Yeah, I'm just going to repeat the process, keep going, and show y'all what y'all look like when I get done. Appreciate it. Alright guys, so here you have it. I hung them all up right here on this rack. Let them dry. And quick as they get done dripping and drying, I'll take and put them in a tote. And put the top on it, and I'll use them out of there as I need them in trapping season. You can see with this wax on there, these chains are still nice and pliable. Not gonna lie, some of them I might have got a little bit too much on it, or maybe didn't let them heat up quite enough, but it'll work just fine. But that's what you want. You want your chain to still be pliable. And so yeah, there you have it. Got them all waxed, put them in something, put top on them, and I won't touch them again with my bare hands. And all season unless I change them out or something. And that leftover wax, I'll put a top on it and use it next year. Might have to add a couple blocks to it, but that'll be it. And even I got a couple dog proofs right here. I just waxed the, make sure y'all can see them. A couple dog proofs right here. I waxed the chain to super state, just to keep it from rusting as much. I didn't wax the actual trap. But anyway, so most of these are Duke 550s. There's a half a dozen of Bridger number 2 dogless in here. A half dozen Bridger number 2 dogless. And a few, there's a couple Duke number 2s. Duke 1.5. And I think there's I believe there's a Bridger in there, rubber jaw. I might try with a fox. But anyway, there you have it. Got my traps dyed, that much closer ready for season. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all watching. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. And I'll see you in the next one.